is on the Jobs in Blue 5 software. A couple of things before we get started. This is going to be posted on YouTube. What you're going to want to do after you click on the link is open up the window. You're going to look at the lower right hand corner. This button right here will allow you to set the resolution. The higher the resolution, the better the picture is going to look and the better the experience. The second thing you're going to want to do is click on this button here to give you a full screen. Alright, so set the resolution to the highest that your internet provider will allow, and then click on this to get a full screen shot of what we're talking about. The next thing we want to discuss is terminology. You're going to hear me saying layout, and you're going to hear me saying record throughout this whole presentation. Each job, okay, or each officer is considered a record. Each vendor is considered a record, okay. Each layout, this is, right here is a layout. You have the vendor records, that's a layout. Roster is a layout, and the pick list is going to be a layout. First thing you're going to want to do is set up the workstation or the pick station for the officer. What you're going to do is you're going to go to the computer that's designated. The computer that's designated for the officers, and log into the FileMaker. Once you log in, this is what you're going to see. You're going to see the Backoffice layout. You're going to come over to the left, click on Pick List. The layout's going to change, and you're now going to be presented with the layout that the officers use to pick their jobs. I'm not going to get into that. There's a video for that also. If you're interested, I can send you the link for it. The next thing you're going to do is click on Log Off, and that's it. The pick station is ready to go. You can now go back to your own workstation. All right. For purposes of this presentation, and because I only have one computer, I'm going to have to log back in here and set up the Backoffice again. Give me a second. Let me just change the view on here. Okay, so once you log into your workstation, this is what you're going to see. You're going to be in the Backoffice layout. From here, you're going to enter jobs, modify them, delete them if necessary, and create your report to send to Town Hall. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to just look at a couple of things on the layout. Here on the right hand corner you have the date. You also have on a regular day you're going to have the starting and ending letter of the group that's picking their regulars. Okay, over to the left, this is the number of records that we have. This is the record number that you're on. If you want to go to the left, one or however many, you just click on this one arrow and it goes over one record at a time. To the right, you click on this one, and it'll go over to the right, one record at a time. If you want to go to the beginning, you click here. If you want to go to the end, you click here. We're not going to get into too many things right now. The one thing that is important is this find function. If you're looking for a specific job and you have the job number, okay, you would click on find, put in the job number, hit enter, and there you have the job that you're looking for. If you notice now, this is what's called a found set. This is how many records you have available to you right now. It's just one, because that's all you looked up was just one particular job number. Okay. If you want to show all your records, you come back here and you see where it says show all records. You click on that, and all your records are back. Okay. And that's enough for that. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do is enter a new record or a new job. All right. This particular job is a construction job. It's an extra, and we're going to click on the date. We're going to put in the date. Let's make it March 25th, 2011. All right. You can either tab or click on the company name, and let's make this a Verizon job. We're then going to make it a construction, and let's add in the location. All right. We're then going to check the start time. In this case, it's 0600. When you put in the hours in FileMaker, you have to put a colon separating the hours and the minutes. So in this case, it's 06:00. End time is going to be 1400 or 2 o'clock. So it's 14:00. And once you hit tab, it goes to the radio car. And this is basically asking you whether or not there is a radio car assigned to this job. Well, a couple of things I want you to look at. The number one is, if you notice, the times have already been filled in, okay? And it coincides with the time of the job. Normally, that's what it's going to be. There are times, however, where the car and the officer may not be at the job at the same time. It's never going to be that the car is there before the officer, so normally this time is if anything, is going to be less than the total time of the job. All right, so it's something you have to look at. Second thing I want you to notice is, because it's marked no, there is no car rate and there's no car total for the job. All right, and that's the way it's supposed to be. The next thing you're going to want to do is enter the officer. In this case, we'll use Officer Pinto. All right. And that's it. That's all you have to do. Now, once you're done, you're satisfied with the times, you put in the officer. If there's any special notes, something special that has to be done for this job, this is where you have to set it up. Okay, you put it on here. When the officer picks a job, he'll see it. Once you're done with that, you're going to come over here to where it says accuracy check. This is basically just to remind you to check that that the times and the officer and the company and the type of job are all correct. If you do not click yes on here, this job will not report. When you print your report for the day, this job won't be on it because it hasn't been checked for accuracy. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to click on yes. All right, this message now says that the radio car is set to no, which it is, and it says that the times in the car start and car end will be cleared. Well, why do we want to do that? Very simply, just to keep the record clean. If there is no car, then there shouldn't be any times in here. All right. If I hit OK, these times will be cleared out. If I made a mistake and I said, well, wait a minute, you know what? It does have a car. Then I would hit cancel, click back in this box, hit yes, and then what you'll notice is that the car rate and the car total are added in. All right, I go back, click on yes again. This time it says, hey, the radio car is set to yes. Okay, please check the car start and end times to ensure accuracy. It's just giving me a final reminder to make sure that the times and everything is set to what it should be. I'm going to hit OK, and I'm done. All right. The following day, Officer Pinto submits his slip, and the time on the job is different. It went to 1800. Okay. So what I'm going to do is click on end time. I'm going to change it to 1800. The job now reflects 12 hours. However, if you notice, the radio car time hasn't changed, all right? Because we don't know. Maybe he stayed, but maybe the car wasn't there. So we're gonna make that adjustment ourselves. We're gonna come into the time and change that to 1800 also. All right. So now the total time of the car and the total time of the job are the same. All right. Once you're done, again, get into the habit of clicking the accuracy yes button. It's going to tell you to check it, hit OK, you're done. All right. That's it. That's all there is to entering a new job and then modifying it if necessary. This goes for any of the jobs that are in there already. I've entered all the jobs, our regular jobs, the Lincoln Techs, the mill runs, the ShopRights, until December 31st of this year. So those jobs don't have to be re-entered. However, there may be times when, especially jobs like ShopRite, the hours change, so you would have to go in there and make the modification. And basically, it would be the same way as this. You hit a find, okay, for the job, whether you put the date and the vendor in there, the job's going to pop up. You're then going to go to the start and end time and make the modifications that are necessary. This particular job, though, was canceled, and it was canceled within the period of time that the officer and the car are not going to be paid for. Okay, the vendor canceled it with enough time. What we're going to want to do at this point is we're going to want to delete this job, because obviously this job doesn't exist. So we're going to hit delete. If we hit this button accidentally, then you're going to see that you have a choice now. You can cancel it, nothing happens. However, we want to delete this job, so we're going to hit delete, and the job is gone. Understand that once you delete the job, it's gone. You can't undo it. You would have to just basically recreate the job. Okay, and that's all there is to entering, modifying, and or deleting a job if necessary. The last thing I want to discuss is creating your daily report that you send to Town Hall. You're going to come over here to the left. You're going to see daily report. Click on that. We'll leave March 9th, but if you wanted to change it, just come here and just pick the day that you want. Okay, in this case, like I said, we're going to leave March 9th. You're going to click Find. And this is what you're going to see. Now, this is not the full report. It's only page 1, okay, because it spans to the next page. So what we're going to do is we're going to save it as a PDF. You're going to save it to whatever folder you normally save it, and you're going to name it March 9th. All right, now we already have one, so when I go to save it, it's going to ask me if I want to replace it. In this case, I do. All right, and it's going to open up to the report. All right, what you're going to want to do next is you're going to want to compare it to your slips or to your pick sheet if you've changed that already, and just make sure that it's accurate. All right, before we send it to Town Hall, we just want to make sure that it's accurate. Okay, close that out, and that's it for this tutorial. If you have any questions, if I've not covered something, or something seems strange to you, just reach out to me, and I'll be glad to discuss it with you. Also, if something doesn't work the way it's supposed to, if you find that there's a problem, please let me know. I can't fix it if I don't know it's broken. Hopefully this presentation has made things a little clearer for you. Thank you.